Kansas City Royals 3-2 in the deciding game to take the series 4-3. Now, with less than a year to go, excitement is building ahead of next year's Rugby World Cup in England, but so too, it seems, are the ticket prices. Fans are worried they'll be missing out to the touts and resale websites. Organisers received more than 5 million applications when tickets went on general sale last month. 950,000 tickets were sold, while other tickets for in-demand games are being balloted. Well, demand means that some tickets to see the most popular matches are being offered at prices of over £1,000 on resale websites. Well, Dave McKerrell is a rugby fan who applied for £1,000 worth of tickets. We'll speak to you in a minute, Dave, but you got none of those. And from London, we're joined by Debbie Jevons, who's the Chief Executive of England 2015. Debbie, turning to you first, I remember on the day that the tickets were released and went on general sale, I spoke to you and you were saying so many measures had been put in place to avoid this, to avoid ticket touts buying up big numbers of tickets. So what seems to have gone wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. The measures that we put in place, which were successful, that a number of people applied, those tickets did go to ballot. It wasn't a first come, first served basis. Equally, with the police, we looked at the website, we looked at the applications, and we removed a number of known touts. We removed a number of multiple applications from those of single credit cards, and it went to ballot. And ballot is without question the fairest way to do ticket sales when you have an in-demand event like the Rugby World Cup.
Dave, what was your experience?
Well, I applied for the games that I most wanted to see, so I applied for the 3 of the Scotland games, so 1 in Newcastle, 1 in Leeds and 1 in Gloucester. I applied for the England game in Manchester, because it's a nice easy one for me to get to, and I applied for the final as well. And I applied for 4 tickets for each of those, just because I've got family and friends who'd all like to go. So, but from the stories I've heard of people who did manage to get tickets, maybe I'd have been better off just applying for 2 tickets or just applying for a single ticket for the games, because they seem to have been more successful. And
anecdotally, other people you know, how's it gone for them?
Friends and family haven't had any success at all. They've had similar stories. They've maybe not applied for as many, but they've not got anything.
Debbie, should that have made any difference, the fact that he applied for lots of different tickets?
No, it didn't. I think the fact is there was over-demand for a number of matches, as you've just heard, and it was a genuine ballot. And in a ballot, some people are fortunate, some are not. But I think what is important is that we are going back on sale with a number of tickets at the end of November for some great matches for the Rugby World Cup. So there is a second opportunity for people to go to many of the matches.
Debbie, can we just clarify something about what you said about people who buy tickets? What happens now, of course, is that people, maybe like Dave, will say, well, I couldn't get them through that system, so I'll get them elsewhere. They are for sale elsewhere at inflated prices. Now, what's your message if someone buys a ticket but not from one of your authorised vendors? Will they be turned away when they get to the gate?
Yeah, so what we are saying is do not take the risk, do not do that, because those tickets that you're seeing for sale, you don't know if they're genuine at all. I mean, and if I may just look back to what happened to Rebecca Adlington's parents when they did that. They didn't buy through an official source. They went all the way to Beijing at vast expense, got there, found the website had shut down and the company didn't exist, and they were thousands of pounds out of pocket. So what I am saying is do not risk it. Buy through official sources, check on our website who they are, which is ourselves, and then you can be guaranteed that you were able to get into that match that you purchased the tickets for. Just don't risk it.
And you know, we've got Dave here who's obviously a big rugby fan. What about corporate tickets? How many of those have you sold?
The corporate tickets are with the Rugby World Cup Limited, and they are going to sponsors and the hospitality market. But the vast majority of tickets are going to the fans. A minimum of 67% will go through fans through the travel programme, fans through our ballot, fans through the rugby clubs. So a huge amount of tickets go through us to the fans. And what I can say is, as England Rugby 2015, every ticket that we sell will go through the ballot in a website to fans.
Well, Dave, who's listening closely to what you're saying there, you were frowning a little bit in the middle of that. What?
Just with those numbers, that sounds like 33% have gone to corporate, which with something like with the final, where it's 80,000, that's a lot of corporate tickets for the final.
I mean, if I may, I don't think we should be embarrassed about the fact that sponsors who put millions of pounds into the game. Those millions of pounds go in to grow the game internationally and domestically, and as such, through that investment, have the right for tickets. And we're not embarrassed by that at all, nor should we be. What we have ensured, as many tickets as possible are going to the fans. And as I say, at the end of November, there'll be a number of tickets back on sale and the opportunity to go and see some great teams, to see New Zealand, Argentina, Australia, South Africa, France. Those tickets are all going back on sale.
Dave, will you be having another go at getting those tickets, do you think?
Well, I imagine it will be some of the higher band tickets and maybe not for the games I wanted to see, but I'll see what's available.
Give it a go. Dave, thank you so much for coming in, and Debbie, thank you so much for joining us from London.
Thank you.